Hello,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
Let me
awesome.
fix a
Well,
bit there.
it's awesome to be able to have you here and be able to talk about some brand new music from Suicidal Angels. It's been a little bit of time, but I think it was well worth the wait. I've gotten the chance to be able to check this album out over the past couple weeks, and I just love everything that's going on here. It's got everything that I love about the band, a little bit of experimentation, a great overall feel for the album. It's what I want from the band, and thank you so much for putting it out.
Thank you very much for your nice comments. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem. So, with that in mind, I mean, how does it feel to be having the new album coming out at the top of the month next month?
We're quite excited, to be honest. It's been a long time since we released the previous album, but this COVID happened, this Ukrainian war happens right now, and all this bullshit that's going on the planet. And we are totally excited and stoked to have our new baby out on the beginning of March, and then we go on tour right away and everything.
Oh, and then that is such great timing too. I mean, when you can work that out to release a new album and be able to go out on tour and be able to promote that properly, that's awesome.
I mean, also in the previous times, the previous releases, we tried to do it like that. Maybe not on the same day of the release, but maybe a week after. But it's quite common for us that when we release, we go on tour.
Oh, very cool. So, with that in mind, I mean, what was it like to start writing for this album?
With say that
Oh,
again.
what was it like to start writing for this album?
Ah, first of all, it's not like I said, okay, now I'm gonna start writing riffs for the new album. It's like it's happened just spontaneously. Like um, I have some riffs. We go in the rehearsal room and just like, hey guys, I have this and that and this and that. Let's try them out. Let's jam up around these riffs, and if they're good and if we all like them, then we move on and we start building up gradually the whole song.
So, thinking about it in that ways, was any of the songs particularly a challenge, or did any of the songs just come together naturally on this album?
Quite a challenge was were the two long songs that we have in there, because sometimes, as I said in other interviews as well, there is a very very thin line when you have a long song to be like either really interesting or really boring. So these two long songs that we have in the album was like it took some effort to pay attention to the details. That's where the difference is made.
Yeah, and I really particularly like the way those two songs have come out as well too. I think that they do sound amazing, and then, of course, the normal length songs on there. I mean, it's that pure Suicidal Angels feel that I love from the band, and it's
Hmm.
again just great to see that here in 2024. I mean, it kind of like you mentioned in the beginning with like the state of the world that we're in right now. I need an album like this right now, just something that's just nice and heavy like this, and I'm so happy it's coming out.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, for
We
sure.
wanted to we wanted to be like we wanted to keep the feeling and the smell of the past with mixed with a modern production and all this stuff.
Oh yeah. So with that, of course, obviously with writing the music lyrically as well too, it feels like a very poignant album this time around. What was it like to pen the lyrics this time?
uh I'm gonna start from the beginning. I always used to read books, and for some period of my life I missed that time, and because I didn't have the time to read books, um and then I started again. I mean, like, especially during the COVID and stuff, that we had nothing to do, and you know how it goes. So this time I was more into also listening to quite a lot of podcasts concerning philosophy, um, concerning sociology, concerning psychology, and all this stuff. So basically, I was, if you want to say, I was affected from all this stuff, and just like I put them a bit together and moved on the whole. Sorry, that's an email here. Yeah. I put them all together, as I was saying, and that's the result.
So, thinking about that, I mean, with being able to spend the time and being able to particularly hear podcasts, like, what have you learned, like, during the COVID era and past then, like on a sociological and psychological aspect?
That they are not, I mean, like that they are, these are three sciences that they are working together like that. It's not that you go only one direction or the other direction or the third direction. They are all connected. Because in the common crowd, the common ground, yeah, fuck. The common ground of these three sciences is the human being and the way we act and we perform, and all this stuff. I cannot tell you that I learned that the Earth is round or the Earth is flat, but it's really interesting to be involved and listening all this stuff and listening to scientists explaining a lot of stuff that some of them happen here or wherever in the body, and how they are connected sometimes with the universe or with the stupid sociology that we live right now.
Yeah, and I at least know for myself, it's important to learn like all aspects of it and
Yeah.
learn others' opinions, learn from people who know more about a subject than you, and whether you agree with it or not agree with it, and obviously on a scientific level, you at least want to like understand where people are coming from and maybe get a new
Mm-hmm.
insight into something. Learning
Mm-hmm.
is always a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, how can I say that? The minds are like parachutes. They work only when they're open, right?
That's right. Yeah, and I mean, I love the fact that you took the time to be able to, just do that for yourself and just being able to
Yeah.
learn more about that. And yeah, I think that's just a good way to be able to spend that time because when there's like a worldwide crisis like that, something like that going on, and you can't do the work that you normally do, you can't
Mm-hmm.
go on tour, you can't. See loved ones. There's so many things that we couldn't do. I mean, building yourself like that. I'm glad that you took the initiative to do that.
Yeah, as I said before, I always used to read stuff, but this time it was too much time available. So
Oh, for sure. And I really could hear that in the lyrics. That's why I was so curious about that because like I I feel more opinions and aspects coming out through the lyrics this time around. And I think it might have come from all of that. It might have just come from yourself, but it's just something about the lyrics this time that just struck a chord with me just a little bit harder on that aspect.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that because every time that we release an album, it's like it takes me a lot of effort and mental effort to write down all these lyrics.
Oh, for sure. So thinking about that as well too, what was it like going back into the studio this time around?
Missed it. We missed it. It's like finally the smell of a studio.
Oh yeah, I mean that it's such a great feeling too when you're able to go in there and record and just be able to
Yeah.
set up everything the way that you want to
To
do. Like,
to 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 be creative.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you can spend the time and when you're able to mess with things in the studio to see what works and what doesn't work, especially if you got that added time to be able to do that in the studio,
Uh
that's a
huh. Uh
great
huh.
feeling.
Yeah. Let's press this button. Boom.
So with that, I mean, was there like anything that changed in the studio this time around, or was it just that you were happy to be back in the studio? Did you change anything at all?
No. We're just like excited and happy to be back in there and start like listening to the metronome and like fuck off, shut up, and all this stuff.
Oh, I
Yeah.
totally
I
understand.
suppose you know how it goes. Fuck off.
Oh, that's so true. So when you finally got to hear the album for the first time when it was like fully mixed and fully mastered, like how was that experience for you?
To be honest, I gave it when it was done, I gave it to the guys to listen to it because I was in the studio during the whole recording process and my ears were destroyed and burned. And for around 3-4 weeks to forget about the whole thing, and then I listened to the final mastering, and I said, we was like, yes, sounds perfect.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that too, and I absolutely understand that burnout when you're there
I
from
lost
the
you,
creation of it.
like you're really low on volume right now for some reason.
Oh, I was going to say I completely understand the burnout when you're there from the creation of the songs and you're there all the way until it's fully mastered. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of burnout that can happen, and obviously you might start to second guess yourself if something should be higher or lower, or what should be in the
Exactly.
mix. But yeah, I'm glad to see the rest of the band felt that it was perfect, because when I listen to it from my aspect, every time that I put it on, it feels perfect from the production to the songwriting. Everything sounds mixed and balanced perfectly. It came out fantastically in that sense.
Thank you very much. I mean, up in Sweden in the Fascination Street studios with Jens Bogren, he did his magic again.
Oh, totally. And it's great to have someone like that on there as well too. I mean, someone with the resume that he has with all of the
Oh
albums
yeah,
that's been a part of.
totally.
So you did mention in the beginning that with the release of the album comes the touring. I mean, what's it like right now putting together the set list for the upcoming tours?
Oh, that's a good question. We still don't know which one we're gonna leave out of the set list and which is gonna be in. We're cooking it. We're searching it.
Oh,
It's
I'm
gonna be for sure. It's gonna be 15, 16 songs for
oh,
sure.
I'm excited to hear about that as well too. I'm so excited to see what songs are going to make it in to the set list from this album and the previous albums. I mean, there's a lot of songs to be able to choose from now, so I can imagine
That's
how
that
hard it is to be able to decide.
that's something which makes me happy that they have a lot of good songs to choose from.
Yeah, and I appreciate that so much about the new album as well too, because all these songs feel like they could work well in a live setting. I mean, obviously the two longer songs, I know that'll eat up more time in the set list, but they still sound like they could work in a live setting.
Yeah, we don't say no. We're still working it in here. What's gonna be in the set list and what's gonna be off the set list.
Oh, awesome. So, yeah, again, with the touring that's going to be coming up and everything, is there anything else planned that's going on in 2024? Or are you just focusing on touring? Is there anything else going on?
No, we're just focusing on booking as many shows as possible.
Oh, fantastic. And yeah, I mean, everywhere that you can go to be able to promote this album, because these songs deserve to be heard live. And it's great to see you guys back with the new album and doing that proper tour promotion for it.
Yeah. I mean, it makes us really happy. I mean, like we lost it 4 years. We're doing nothing, almost nothing. Or we did like small tours of 10 days or a week or something like that. Now we will go back on track as it was to be.
Oh, so great to hear. So obviously, audibly, I love so much about this album, but visually, I love what's going on here too. I really think the album artwork works so perfectly for the album, and I think it really gives you a good sense of the album. Where did the album artwork come from?
Comes from Ed Repka. He's doing our covers the last 6 albums.
So with that in mind, I mean, what like did he give him any notes on what you were looking for with the album cover, or was that his original idea, or how did that come to be?
No, actually, we gave him the album title, and he and a small idea. Then he came with his own ideas, like a combination, and that's how the whole thing was created.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, because again, I think the album artwork works so perfectly with the album and really gives you a good sense of what to look forward to.
Thank you very much. He's a great artist. He's a great artist.
Oh, definitely. So again, like obviously with the touring coming up and everything, and 4 years of waiting to get back and be able to do full tour promotion in a live setting, has anything changed with your gear at all? Like, have you switched up any guitars or amps or anything like that?
No. I haven't switched anything. I only do small minor changes on the knobs, but I still use the Kemper. I still use angle cabinets. I still use my Jackson V, the USS series. I haven't changed anything.
Oh, that's a perfect combination, and I love the tones that are coming through. Like on every album since you've been using this combination, I really love the guitar tones that you're getting out of it. It's a great combination.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely covered a lot of ground here. For people that may not be familiar with this album, what would you want people to be able to take away from this particular album?
Say that again. I didn't get it.
Oh, like for anyone that's looking forward to this album, like what would you tell people that are looking forward to this album to describe the album?
Is that, I mean, maybe it sounds as a cliche, but this is the best album that we have created so far. And
Yeah,
that's something that doesn't comes only from me, but comes also from the people that have listened to it.
yeah, I know I can speak for myself. I've only had this about a week or so, so I can't say it's my favorite yet, but every time that I listen to it, it's becoming more and more my favorite album so far. So I can imagine given a little more time, I'm definitely going to be feeling the same way.
Yeah, I'm just transferring here comments from people that have already listened to it and I have already talked with, and it's also my personal opinion.
So great to hear that. I mean, being able to stand behind your work, knowing the band continues to progress in songwriting and everything that goes on with each album, and obviously with the break in between this album and the previous one, it had to be a great feeling to be able to get everything going with this, and just everything going in the right direction now. New album,
Uh-huh.
new touring, everything that could happen in 2024 and 2025. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, me too. All of us. All of us. We're looking forward to book as many shows as possible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, wherever you go, obviously Europe and everywhere else that is in the works right now, I can't wait to see what happens. Can't wait to hear about the songs that are being played live, and yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm so happy I got to be privileged to be able to check out this album ahead of time and be able to talk to you. And I'm excited to see what the rest of the world is going to think at the beginning of March when they're able to check this thing out.
Fingers crossed. But so far, all the comments on YouTube about the first two singles that we have released, they are really, really positive.
Yeah, and I think there were two great choices. Did you know that going in, or was that like a label idea? Like how did you decide what singles to release from the album?
No, no, it was our idea.
Oh, awesome! I mean, yeah, definitely two great choices. I think they represent the album, but don't give everything away, which I appreciate. It's got
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine it's got people very excited, and when they get to check out the whole thing, I mean, yeah,
There's another single coming next week.
Oh, cool, cool. I'm excited about to hear that as well too. I mean, with that proper promotion, three great songs ahead of time. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. Well, I think we covered so much ground in this, and I thank you once again so very much for being able to talk to me about
Thank you
everything
very
that's
much
going
for
on
your
in the
time.
world. Oh, for sure. Talk about everything in the
Hopefully,
world of
hopefully we can
Suicidal
meet.
Angels.
Hopefully, we meet in person at some point.
Oh, yes. If there's ever a chance of making it back over here to the States, I think that'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that
Well,
happen.
we're trying to. It's not that easy, but we're trying.
Yeah, if that ever happens, I'll try to make it out. I mean, that'd be a long time coming. I would be very grateful for that. And again, thank you so much for this.
Thank
Of
you. Have
course,
a nice day.
the new album coming out in March through Nuke of the Blast. Great to see you guys back with the label and back with a fantastic new album and the upcoming touring. Thank you once again for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.